Man, like one
There you go.
Casper, you know. Yo, big up everyone. Welcome to another video on the channel. We actually kept a clean sheet, which is mad. We beat Villarreal 2-0. I'm super happy we won this game, man. Like, even though it wasn't the most convincing performance, we got the job done. As soon as the lineup came out, I was actually proper excited because I didn't expect Carrick to play the front three because I wanted to see how Donny would play with Sancho and Martial. He honestly, what's his face? I think he dropped Bruno as well, which was big decision from Carrick. Like, he's already made like a bold, because I actually think his dropping was what's it called? It was the right thing to do because he's not been playing well, and obviously he came on, and he was doing well, man. Oh, big up, realist. Yeah. You know what? Let me send him the link if he wants to come on. I'll send him the link. But yeah, man, we'll talk about the game and how we like. Just tell me your thoughts on the game. Like, you will start with a bit like, what do you think of the game and how do you think Carrick set up and like this and just stuff like
that. I think the lineup was. I was okay with Bruno getting dropped and whatnot, but I didn't understand why McTominay and Maguire started, especially McTominay. Because Maguire has a red card and he's not going to play in the Prem, so it kind of makes sense. But McTominay had no right to start that game, and he was again crap. I think Bruno getting dropped, I think was pretty good because when he came on, he looked a lot better. I feel like he just looked a lot more focused, and also when he also came on, the game opened up because we were. I think were we 1-0 up when he came on? I think we were. So the game opened up for us. I think talking about the game, the first half we were crap. Like we were getting absolutely dominated. We were getting absolutely dominated the first half. We couldn't string any passes. We were trying to press. Our pressing was just so dysfunctional. I think there was. It's my eyes bleed when I try to watch McTominay and Fred, especially McTominay. He can't. Like literally, I was watching this guy for a good 2 minutes. When Lindelof and Maguire have the ball, he stands behind a Villarreal player, and hides. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? Come, make space. And it's like he's trying to get away from the ball. I think he needs to get dropped. Definitely 100%. The Chelsea game. Do you know what? I feel like, I don't know why Van der Beek, because I feel like Van der Beek was just in a graveyard shift. I don't know why he got subbed off. I feel like Van der Beek should go into the 8 with Fred, and then should have came under the 10. In that case, we have some possession-based players in the team. But nevertheless, I think second half we weren't much better until we went 1-0 up, which was just a lucky, mistake by Villarreal. And then the game opened up because they had to go for the game, and we caught them in a counter with the Sancho goal, which was a very good finish from Sancho. My boy Sancho, up and running now.
My God.
But the thing is, I think the most important thing is the result than the performance. Because the performance was shit. And I'm not going to give that excuse to Carrick about, he's had 48 hours, to implement his style of play and whatnot. Because this man was here for 3 years, actually more than that, with Mourinho. And he had more than enough time to, implement whatever crap he wants to implement. So hopefully Carrick gets booted out of the club very soon, him and his friends. I think the result was the most important. We won. We won. I didn't predict to win, but Huh?
Who impressed you, by the way, the most in this game?
De Gea was very good. I think De Gea was very good. He was probably man of the match for me because 2 of them saves. If he didn't make it and they went in, we were screwed. But I think Sancho was very good, and Ronaldo's Ronaldo, isn't it?
Yo, Cameron, relax. Big up the deal. Okay, Carrick deserves his chance, says Cameron. Hey, yo. No, we're not doing this again. Listen.
No, but he can't though. It's impossible. He only has 6 weeks of management in him because of his
let him sign wherever he wants, whatever number he wants.
You know what's mad?
Nah, bro, you're wrong for that.
That's what Rio did. That's what Rio did.
Even Rio was like tweeting saying, "No, I'm not doing that again," because literally, I literally said the same thing with Aldi. Give him the job. I literally said this 2 years ago. Give him the job. When we're going to Madaron, I'm never making that mistake again. So yeah, man. Obviously, Cameron, you're a Liverpool fan. Obviously, he wants Carrick to be getting the job, man. Big up Victor Liang as well. What's he saying? I think the man of the match should be De Gea, but I think people would give it to me, Sancho. All right, okay, yeah. But honestly, Sancho and David De Gea, especially David De Gea, this guy, I don't know what he's been eating this season, but his shot stopping ability, like it's like we're saying shades of David De Gea back in the day now. Like I know he's made a few mistakes this season. Like if there's one thing to criticize De Gea, it's probably just his near post. That's the only part where he's a bit suspect at times. But other than that, I think, bro, that save he did.
His distro has even gone up. His distro is very good. Distribution.
There was one save he did in that game, by the way, and I was like certain it was going in because it was like a corner, and then he hit it on the volley, and then like it was like fingertips of his hand. I was like, yo,
and it bounced off as well. It bounced off the ground. I was
certain that was going in, by the way. I was certain that was going in. So yeah, man, what are you saying, Casper? Like, what are your thoughts on the game? Did you just see the same shades of Ollie, or did you actually see anything different with Carrick?
I did see something different. I can't lie, because what I did notice is that, especially in the first half, he when we attacked, we went to the 3 at the back, but instead of McTominay dropping in or something, he made Aaron drop back instead, and then pushed Telles, and obviously had the more forward, which I think is a good idea, because as you know, I'm not going to say he's the best attacker in the world, Aaron is, but Telles is one of the best attacking left backs in the world, for me at least. Like, his crosses are phenomenal. So to get him more forward by dropping Aaron Bissaka deep, that's very good for me. Also, we defended now in a 4-4-2, which I don't think is a bad idea, but I think with Fred, McTominay, Donny, and Sancho, that won't work. We need like a Rice in there somewhat. But I did see some differences, but that's not enough for him to like show me this is the way.
Speaking of Tellers, by the way, Cameron says, was Tellers any good today? For me, I want to hear what you say, Casper, as well. I thought Tellers was pretty decent today. I thought he was decent. Put a few good balls in. And go on.
Defensively, he's suspect.
I can't lie. I'll be honest. Defensively, he's not the best, and that's not really his job. I've always said Tellers, his best position is a wing back. He's not particularly a good fullback. Like whereas with Luke Shaw, that's why I think Luke Shaw is a better fullback than Tellers. But as a wing back, in terms of going forward and delivery, I think that's where Tellers thrives. So, what do you think of his performance, Casper? Were you impressed with Tellers?
I think Tellers lacks a bit of match sharpness. I can't lie, because I have seen Tellers before when he's got like 2-3 runs on a row. Then he becomes like defensively aware and better defensively. And let's not talk like Luke Shaw has been good defensively this season, because it's been crap as well, man. He's been getting in. So like, it's really heavy you want there. And then when you look at all the other thing when it comes to actually being a footballer, Tellers is clear. And when it comes to defense, at least this season, it's a bit whoever you want. So for me, like, Tellers is astronomically clear of Luke Shaw, but Tellers had a good game today. He put in some couple good crosses. Like I was impressed by that one cross where he had he just sent the man back to Tesco's or something. Like I remember that he had the ball, and then he fake shot it. He sent him back and then he whipped in for a cross. Man, that was sick. I can't lie. Tellers is
you know what it is as well. Do you remember during the game where I think he was? Do you remember the game where Martial and Tellers were doing a 1-2 and then Tellers got fouled and then we got a free kick? And I was screaming on Twitter, like, give it to Tellers, because I tweeted saying, as soon as Ronaldo was about to take the free kick, I tweeted saying this straight away. It's so obvious it's going to hit the wall. It's so obvious because he always goes for the
I didn't know why did he hit knuckleball it? It didn't make sense.
You know what it is?
Because it's Ronaldo.
He doesn't. The thing is, he's never been a good free kick taker, but once he hits it proper with the knuckleball, no keeper saving it, but it's too inconsistent for me. Like I've always said, for me, Mata's a good free kick taker. Tellers is a good free kick taker. Even Mata, I know he wasn't playing. He's a good free kick taker as well. So I really wanted Tellers to take that free kick. Well. I've not seen Sancho take.
Bruno's decent.
Yeah, I think we've got. I don't like. Obviously, it's Ronaldo's Ronaldo, but I don't like the fact how he's. I don't like him taking free kicks. Like I know he does it with Juventus. I know he did it with Madrid, but I don't want him taking free kicks anymore. Like
he shouldn't have not knuckleballed it. He just needs to, you know that game in the Euros against Spain where when he hit Vince, that wasn't a knuckleball. He kind of like curved it. I think he should have done that. If you know what I mean.
Victor Leang says you're all ready for Chelsea on Sunday. Prediction, lineup, and score. Hey yo, listen, I ain't ready for Chelsea. It just depends who we get in it, but we'll cover. We'll cover the Chelsea game towards the end of the show. Big up Cameron. Rashford good too. No, I don't think he was. I thought he was okay. I don't think he did anything special. Like
he was pivotal in the first goal.
Yeah, he was. He was all right. I don't really like Rashford when it comes on the right. I think he looks really out of place in that position. So I think Rashford looks massively out of place on the right.
Rashford, Sancho.
Hey, no, that's his spot. Nah, Sancho was good. Everson, we'll talk about what do you think? Because I thought this guy was amazing today, especially in the second half. Victor Lindelof. Like, I know Casper, you're not a big fan of his, but what were your thoughts on his game today? Because I thought he was literally because I don't think Maguire played. I thought he was okay, but I think Lindelof was the main guy at the back.
Yeah, 100%, man. I even tweeted out in the first half. In the first half, I tweeted out that Lindelof has been really good today. Like, and you called me a flip flop. Like, what's up with that? I'm wrong.
No, it's just me being shameless.
You can have a good game still. You can have a good game, but he's still not good enough to start. Like, you know, I would want us to get Conceded back, man, because he has not gotten any chances under Ole whatsoever. And that man can defend, I promise you. Yeah. For me, he's
I'll be honest
our
with
best option.
Yeah.
Like him and Varane together, unstoppable, man.
I agree with the Varane thing, but for me, I've seen Tuanzebe. I don't see. You know what it is with Tuanzebe? He's a very his recovery pace is amazing. He's strong, but I don't know if he's as a centre back. I don't think he's ready for me. Like I've not seen anything special with him. All I've seen is that he's got a good recovery pace. His athleticism is amazing, like Wan-Bissaka in a way. But obviously, Tuanzebe is decent on the ball. But for me, like I've always said, I want to see a partnership with Lindelof and Varane. But if Eric Bailly was injury free, I would put Eric Bailly instead of Lindelof, because with Lindelof you can rely on him a lot more, and you know what you get with Lindelof. So Carrick said the game that was for Ollie. Oh, that's so cringe.
No way.
Yeah, but he's always going to say that though. He's always going to say that though. Come on, let's be honest. Like, bro,
for
team, man.
Did the guy die or something? It's just...
No, but he was always going to say that though. Come on.
Ollie. Come on with him, mate. What are you doing there?
I like Carrick.
He was always going to say that game was for Ole, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
he's going to be on the phone like, Karaki, thank you.
You know what it is? I'm not surprised that he said that, by the way, because you can see the way how Ollie was talking to Carrick. They had like a good relationship, and obviously he was going to say that. I don't have an issue, but for me, I just find it a bit cringy.
Do you know Fletcher, his earpiece he was listening to? Do you think it was Ollie telling them what to do?
From Norway?
Imagine.
Fletcher, tell Wan-Bissaka to drop back.
You sound Irish, bloody hell. Cameron says, big up Ollie, man. The guy deserves a statue outside Old Trafford. Hey, you listen. Oh. He doesn't deserve anything. Man got his money and like he's enjoying life now. So anyway.
Apparently he put all his money to charity. I don't know if that's true.
Did he actually do that?
Apparently, I don't know.
That's a lot.
If he did,
that's a lot.
If he did, then big up. But I don't. 7.5 million. You just gave it like that to charity.
That's a long man.
I would understand if he gave.
I think Ole would be the kind of person to do that, man.
Well, yeah.
I don't think
if he did that,
I think Ole cares about money so much.
Yeah, if he did do that, then I'll give him his credit. Like that's the only time where you're gonna hear me giving him credit. So yeah. But if that's the case, then it's a nice gesture to do, man. It's a nice gesture if it's true. But yeah, who else? Oh, hang on, who played in the pivot? It was Fred and McTominay. What do you think about Fred's performance today, by the way?
I don't like him as a player. I personally think what he brings to United is really energy and just a bit of tenacity. But I think he's not good under pressure. He can't dictate the play, and this it's a necessity, especially when you're trying to play football and build up from the back. You can't build up from the back with McTominay and Fred, and therefore when we're playing football, it's usually counter-attack because we need to bypass McFred and basically get into the forwards as quick as possible because they're not reliable. If we had a competent midfield 2 or just even a midfield 1 where we could link the defense and the attack, it would be so much easier. And I think I'm telling you, these two is sabotage football when we're playing with them, and that's why Van der Beek and I think the whole front line was shocking in the first half. It's because people say Ronaldo was shit in the first half. Yes, he was shit, but when did he even get let alone a chance? When did he even get the ball?
Nah, I don't think Ronaldo was shit.
But that's what I'm saying. McFred, all they do is run around, and they can't even do that properly. I've noticed they're in there basically to occupy, and not let them get overrun. But they get overrun. It's just McTominay can't defend either. So it's just.
So you hang on a second a little bit. So I understand what you're saying. You don't think Fred was good at all today, because for me.
Nah, I'm not saying he was shit. I think he was better than McTominay, but he wasn't all that. I think he was an average at best.
You know the 2 goals that we scored? That wouldn't have happened without Fred's pressing, by the way.
Yeah, I think he was good. That's what I'm saying. He gives tenacity, energy.
Yeah.
But but we were shit for 45 minutes because of him, and more than that, 70 minutes.
No, but there is a player in Fred though. You have to realize, like, this man was getting
the
compared
bench
to.
player.
People said he was better than Kante, man. What 1 year ago, Christmas time, I was on the Fred bandwagon, man. I was coming out. The man was in Kante next. He was laughing while Kante was struggling. I was posting that picture all over Twitter, man. Oh,
people need
Fred
to understand. Look. People need to understand Fred's role if we're trying to compete or even just challenge. He can't be a 90-minute player, number one. And number two, you need to give him a specific role, like do this. And his role can't be play in front of the back four and pick up the ball from them and move it forward. You can't do that. You want to play him as a number 8. I think this is what you want to do. You want to play him as a number 8, box to box, tenacity, energy, fight in the last 10 minutes of a game where you're trying to, that's what you need him for.
I actually personally think there's a role with Fred. And you know what it is, yeah?
Yeah, I agree.
He may not be Man United quality in terms of starting, yeah, but I've said this many times, you don't really need 11 world-class players to win a league. I think there's, you know what it is with Fred? He lacks a lot of discipline. He has no discipline in his game. He gets a bit too excited there. He goes off. He's always out of position sometimes. But the thing is with Fred, we don't really have any single midfielder with his attribute. Like, you don't really have it. Like, for me, when Kasper said that Fred was better than Kante, back then, Kante was awful, by the way, under Lampard. He was awful. Yeah. Everyone was thinking he was finished. And that was the season where Fred was doing well, because there was that one season where Mourinho didn't play him, and then he gave him a chance. And then he was one of our best midfielders back then, because he was so consistent. So for me, like Kasper said, I agree when he says there's a player in there. And he can, the thing is with Fred that he's a bit of a, how can I word it? He's a bit of a headless chicken at times. Like, you know, when you go to a sweet shop when you're young and you just get bare excited, you just want to see everything. You want to get everything. That's what Fred is. So that's why I think.
The thing with Fred, Ahmed, I feel like he lacks the fundamentals in football, which is like when he gets pressed, he will lose the ball. He can't take a pass. His passing is really bad. I think apart from tenacity and desire, and I think he's better. He's better than McTominay, obviously, but McTominay is absolute garbage. I don't know how he made it into professional football. I actually don't know, especially for Man 9. It's scandalous. I don't know how.
Victor Lang, big up, by the way, for the comment, by the way. Sancho quote, proud to score my first goal for Man United in the best competition in World Football Champions League. Great team effort from the boys tonight. We build from this. Come on, Sancho, man. He deserved that goal, man. Like, you know what it is with Jadon Sancho? Even though he's not been getting the goals and the assists, his performances for Man United, even against Watford, even against Newcastle, he's been performing well from the right hand side. He's just not been getting the stats to finish it off. And bro, that finish, you know what that goal reminded me of, by the way? I don't know if you remember, but that finish he did. Do you man remember his goal against Barcelona in the Champions League? It was really similar to that when he hit it top right. It was because bro, why would you buy him as a right winger? And then you start he can play on the left. He's very good on the left and he's very good on the right. He can play on both sides, but you buy 73 million just to play him on the left and you play with Mason Greenwood on the right. For me, Sancho, that's his spot, man. The only guy that's probably gonna take it off him is maybe Diallo, because he's like a natural right winger. But for me, Sancho, he was proper good, man. Like, he was linking nice with Donny van der Beek. He was even linking with Martial at times. Like, them three were doing well. Like, what are you, man, saying about Sancho's performance? How do you think he did today? Go on, Kasper.
Okay, so I thought Sancho was good, and I think he usually is good. But the games get ruined by these Twitter people talking about goals and assists and all that, man. I promise you, I'm seeing Bruno, world class player, but is he on the level of De Bruyne? 100%, bro. He's clear of De Bruyne, man. No, but I wasn't expecting that. I'll try to do that, but on the seriously, when you see people like Kane, I'm gonna be a bit shameless here, like Salah,
go on, Messi,
like Messi, yeah, these lot.
Oh my god,
they ruined the game because people are gonna say, Kane is better than Ronaldo because he got more goals and assists combined. Like, bro, it doesn't work like that. You have to look at football and use your eyes, man. Like saying Sancho, bro, as a footballer, Mahrez is better than Salah. Facts. When it comes to being a footballer, 100% Mahrez is better. But Salah gets more goals, so therefore people are gonna say, "Oh, look at his goals then." because they don't watch football. That's what
Hmm.
they're just going to look at the stats. They don't care about the actual football. They look at the stats and say, "Oh, he's better than him because he got more goals." Like, just wait and see, man. These lot are going to use Harry Maguire goals for England to compare him to Ramos. Just wait and
Oh
see,
my.
man.
That's it. Oh my. You know what it is with Sancho, by the way. I agree with 100% what Casper you're saying. And the thing is, there's guys' delivery, by the way. You know when he gets it on his right and then he's going at you, and then obviously with the step overs, and then he's got such a good technique with his crosses, by the way. Like, I've seen him do it against Watford. I've seen him do it today. Like, for me, once we get in a proper good coach, like Sancho is going to be feasting. Like, he's going to be loving life. Like, I can't wait, man. He's gonna do so well. But anyway, we'll move to what's his name, Martial. What are you man saying about Martial? Because for me personally, I thought he did well. I don't think he did anything wrong. He linked pretty well. He did everything right, and I thought it was quite harsh in him getting subbed. Like, the thing is, on the left, when he's playing on the left, he's not like Rashford where he's direct. He's got better dribbling than Rashford, but he doesn't go at plays anymore like he used to. Maybe that's because he's used to being a striker now, or he's not, or maybe the injuries have caught up to him, or maybe he doesn't really want to play that position. But for me, I thought he did a decent job. What are you saying, Libil?
Yeah, I heard where you're coming from. I think he didn't do much. He was good what he did.
Yeah.
He took on some plays in the first half.
He did.
Pretty good. I love Martial off the left. I think he's better for me. I like watching him off the left more than striker because he's more exciting and whatnot. Yeah. But I feel like him coming off and putting on Rashford is actually a good decision because, that's when Villarreal kind of dropped off, because when they saw that Lindelof go over the top, and they just dropped off, and we got into the game in the 70th minute. It was the right substitution
because the game opened up, didn't it? Because you know what it is. I've always said, by the way, with Rashford, and also with Bruno. This Rashford and Bruno coming off the bench is so much better because do you man remember the Leipzig game when we beat them 5-0? Who were the two subs? Yeah. Who were the two subs that completely ripped the Leipzig apart? Like, I know Leipzig, they play a high line, but Rashford, for me, whenever he's off the bench, he can be a threat, man. Like, he's always a threat when he's off the bench because he doesn't have to think too much. I think with Rashford, when he starts, he's not really the smartest of players. But I thought Rashford was decent. I thought Bruno was very good as well. He gave a good chance to. I remember he gave a good ball to Sancho, where Sancho could have had 2 goals today. By the way, there was one chance where I think where was the chance where he got it onto his left and then the keeper saved it. I thought that was a good chance for him to score. And what's his name? What do you mind saying about Donny van de Beek's performance? Like, do you think the number 10 position isn't his most suited position, or do you man think that
I said it already before the game when the team came out. I didn't get why Van de Beek. Look, I understood, and I'm a Bruno fan, and I didn't really care that Bruno got dropped. It was just that.
Oh yeah.
Donny, I think you can't look. I feel like Carrick, he's gonna. I have a feeling Carrick might do this. He might say that, Van de Beek, Bruno, that's your role in, roll out kind of thing. Like, you can't what's the word? You can't sacrifice Bruno or Donny to play McFred. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to play Donny in the 8. And I said it already. Hopefully, he doesn't do that in the next game against Chelsea. But I think he's gonna do it. I think one of Bruno or Donny is not gonna play it against Chelsea 100%. He's gonna trust Bruno. Which are useless. They don't really actually provide anything defensively or offensively, so it doesn't really make sense. And I think Van de Beek is way more tenacious than Fred and McTominay. Okay, maybe not Fred, but I think Well, you've seen the guy he puts in tackles as a number 8 against Watford, who was so energetic. He will put in tackles, and he can play football. So it's a win-win. I don't understand why he can't play as a number 8. He even said he could. So I think number 10. Go on. The
thing is with Donny van de Beek as an 8, like when because at Watford, when he was playing as a number 8, he was pretty good. Like he's probably out of all of our midfielders, the most press-resistant midfielder in the team that we have.
Yeah. I think, and the late runs, and then as a number 8, he makes some late runs to make Ajax into the box. Because at Ajax, when he played as a false 9 with Tadic, Tadic would create space for Van de Beek to slot in, and sometimes you just see him in them late runs into the box and whatnot. And I feel like him as a number 8, he could do that. get them late runs into the box, and get the goals we saw against Watford.
He's
And that's why I want to.
He's a good finisher. Donny van de Beek has got a good finish on him. Like you saw, like I even remember when he scored in his debut. Was it against Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
Against Crystal Palace. Yeah, and even the finish, like Donny van de Beek. I'm not going to say he's not. I don't think he's ever going to be as good as him, but like he's similar style to Lampard in a way, arriving in late. Like he's not. Like he's such an intelligent. Go on.
I think I hear where you're coming from.
Like a Muller, like a Muller-ish.
Yeah, in that mold, I know what you mean. He comes in late at times and he finishes.
So would you start him if you were the manager, like Casper or Oliver, whoever wants to say it? Would you start? So what would your midfield pivot be? For example, if we were coming across like any team, like
Chelsea. Let's say Chelsea for next week.
Yeah.
I think that pivot it has to be. I have to be honest, because Chelsea, what they're gonna do is, they're gonna have majority of the ball anyway. But
obviously,
when we're on the ball, we can't lose it, and they're gonna try press us with the wide three, not really the two midfielders. They're gonna be occupying the middle of the park. But I think Donny needs to play is very essential if we're gonna try and salvage something. 100%. And next to him, I was gonna say Matic because he gives us that stability with retaining the ball and whatnot. But I also want to see Fred because I think Fred will suit this game a bit with his tenacity and whatnot. Well, you can't have Fred and I don't think you can have Fred and Van de Beek. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Can't wait for PSG.
I think personally, I will start off with Matic. But if it looks like he's getting overrun just too slow for the game, half time I'll switch it and I'll get Fred on.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Victor Leong, big up by the way. Can't wait for PSG versus Man City. Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. We will see Poch and Manchester. Hey, yo, listen, that will be the perfect send-off to say goodbye to PSG. Just slap Man City and then come to the actual side of Manchester, not Man City, man. Just come to United and we'll see where he goes from there. I don't think. Go on.
Go, sir. Go.
No, that's cool. I still think City are going to slap. I think they're going to slap PSG.
You think if Poch loses, it's going to speed up the process of him leaving?
100%. 100%. Because you know what it is with the Pochettino, by the way. I think Poch is really adamant in coming, but PSG won't let go of Poch if they don't have a replacement in line. Because who are they going to, like, Zidane? I think Zidane's going to go to PSG, I genuinely feel like he's going to go to PSG. So you've got Zidane who wants PSG, and you've got Poch who doesn't really want the United job. He's begging for the job, basically. So and even in his press conference, he was saying that one of the reporters asked him that, are you gonna wait out your contract or something for next year? And he was like saying, football isn't about the future; it's about the present. So he's indicating that it's all about now. And like I think the deal is done for me personally. So as long as Poch is here before Arsenal, I'm happy. Because I don't see us getting it. Actually, not Arsenal. Wait, Chelsea. When are we playing Chelsea? Is it this weekend?
Sunday.
Sunday, and today's Tuesday. Can we get it in before Tuesday?
Nah, we won't get in. Nah. I'm going to be honest. I have a bad feeling that this might stretch for a while.
This might stretch?
Like, beyond the Arsenal game. That's how stretch, I mean.
Oh, no. I don't want that to happen.
Believe me, hear me out. They play on us. They play now, tomorrow. Then they play on the weekend. Then after that, when they play on the weekend again, or do they have a cup?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I think it's a weekend again.
No, we play now. Every week we play like midweek, weekend, midweek, weekend.
All right.
No, but is the FA Cup midweek for us next week or something?
Let me check.
I don't think that started yet. I don't think
the FA Cup has started yet.
Yeah, it hasn't started. So let's just say after Chelsea, you got a week. I think United are too slow. They won't do it.
And you know why?
There's something called the French break, apparently, in December. And I think that's when Tuchel had time to go to Chelsea. So probably maybe the French break at the earliest, I think. So we're going to be seeing Carrick's face for a little bit.
You know why?
I think you're getting him soon. I can't lie. I think Pochettino will be a done deal by the Chelsea game. But I think it'll be like one of those where he sits in the stands and watches the game rather than actually being there because he has had no time to coach the team, and he hasn't really met the players yet. But I think he'll be like in the stands there. I don't think he'll be in Manchester.
Oh, let's talk about Valverde.
Go on, whoever wants to talk about it, go for it. About Valverde, because for me,
I don't know much.
I'll say it quickly. Valverde, you know who he is? He's the Barcelona manager.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I don't know much about him. Like,
I don't know much about him in terms of his coaching. All I know is that he didn't really do well with Barcelona. He's very short term, and I don't. I've heard the report saying that it's a contingent. It's like a backup plan. So I don't. You know what it is with United? I don't mind them having a backup plan, but just don't make it your first choice, because you should do everything in your power to get Pochettino, because this is the second time he's wanting the job. Yeah, and the only thing that's going to hold back this Pochettino deal is the money, because we know the board is stingy. Like, I think what's the compensation you have to pay out his contract? Is it 10 mil or 8 mil? So
8 million.
they just paid Ollie 7.5, and then they have to pay, and they have to get rid of the coaching staff where they have to pay as well, and then they also have to pay for Poch. So that's going to be a lot of money that they're going to be sacrificing, but they can make that money.
Yeah. Like, I don't know much about Valverde, and did he failed at Barcelona, right? Oh, am I wrong?
He was the same manager that when Liverpool made the comeback.
Was it him?
Yes, the fraud.
Yeah, okay. He failed at Barcelona. What did he
Bayern, man?
What did he win at Barcelona?
What did he win? I don't know. Is it a Copa del Rey?
Probably La Liga or something. Probably La Liga.
Nah,
he didn't win a La
Liga.
Liga.
No, hold on. Let me check.
I think
this guy, I think he's a fraud, personally. I've seen that happen. Him, I used to get mixed up with Valverde and Luis Enrique. I used to get mixed up, but Luis Enrique won Champions League with them in 2015.
Treble.
Yeah, in 2015, isn't it?
He was
but Valverde just looked like a fraud. He looked so crap. Bro, but anyway, what I was going to say is I don't want Valverde near my club at all. And number two, I heard, I can't even find a source, but I was listening to Mark Goldbridge, and he was saying that, what is it called? The board don't want to sack. The board want an interim, and they don't want to sack the coaches, but they want the coaches to work with the interim. And he said BBC Sport, but I can't find it. So I don't know. I can't really find the source, but I know he said it, so I'm pretty sure he's not lying. So if that is the case, and you're trying to get interim, and you want Feeling and Carrick to, McKenna and Carrick come. Oh, my head hurts.
That can't happen, by the way. Like, we need that just indicates to me that they're ready to throw the season, like just like that. We can still salvage something out of the season. We can still go really far in the Champions League, because now we're going to top the group. We can still do something in the league, and we can still do something in the FA Cup. Like the league, actually, the league is a stretch. I think if Pochettino came, we're going to secure top 4. I think if he came, the furthest we'll go to the Champions League. I'm going to be optimistic and say the semis, and also for the FA Cup. I think we could, depending on who we get, we could do something in the FA Cup. Like, if he gets top 4 and wins us an FA Cup, that's mad. You have to admit it. Like it might not sound amazing, like, oh, it's not a Premier League or a Champions League, but if he comes in, gets us top 4 and wins us an FA Cup, that's sick. I'll 100% take that, because we're coming into 5 seasons now with no trophies, by the way. 5 seasons.
Yeah. That's my expectations, man. I can't lie. The FA Cup and top 4 for the next manager. My expectation is for the next manager to win a trophy and get top 4. I can't lie. I got quite a high expectation for the next manager. So that's what I expect from him. Or else it's
that's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Look, I heard I was looking at the Ten Hag's quotes, and he was saying that I'm focused with Ajax. I have to be respectful. What he's basically indicating is, I don't want to push a move. United, come get me. Push me. Like, push it, Ajax. Pay what it is. Come get me out. That's what he's basically saying. He's saying, I'm respectful. I'm going to be here. I'm going to finish the season with Ajax. But he's really just, like, I'm pretty... Because he didn't kill it off. He didn't say, no, I'm not going to United. I will stay here till the end of the season. He's saying that if you push hard enough, you can get me. That's what it really is.
He also did, Labo. My friend, he also did say, it's always nice when you're linked to clubs with this status. So he wants the job, man. He's flirting, man. Nice to be linked with Man United.
You think Ten Hag wants the job?
He wants.
I think
he denied Newcastle and he denied Spurs. He said no. Like when they asked him, are there any truth about rumors? He said no. Now he's like, oh, it's always nice to be linked with these sort of clubs. Like,
listen,
let me say
this real quick. No. Thing is, I've been riding this Pochettino, I think, for a long time. But if you told me we're going to get interim manager in. I don't want Valverde. I don't know, Ralph Ragnick or something like that, who knows what he's doing. If we get him for the interim, and then we secure Ten Hag next season, I'm going to be over the moon. Because thing is with Ten Hag, I feel like he's going to clear out a lot of players. Like whereas with Poch, he can work with it. Poch, like he's that type of manager that, right, you're giving me a crap player, I'll get the best out of him. Whereas Ten Hag, how can I say that? He's more specific with the player. He's like Pep. If you gave Pep this team, he's been in everyone, barring maybe Donny or something or Sancho. So that's why for me, Poch is more adaptable than Ten Hag, whereas Ten Hag has a better ceiling than him. So
the thing is, when you play specific football and you want to play in a specific way and you want certain play with certain attributes, not only will your football be better, but you're going to have the best players in every position. That's how it's going to be.
That's true. That's a good point as well, to be honest. Yeah. But do you reckon the thing is, you know what? I would take Ten Hag 100%. But I want, I don't know if the board is going to give him that players he wants like that, because he won't come without a DOF. What's Murto? Do you reckon Murto? You really think Murto and Matt Judge, the negotiator who doesn't answer his call because he's asleep, you really think he's going to get Ten Hag's players?
I think as long as he gets back the way think he got back, what's his name? Oli, I think we'll be in a good situation. I hear where you're coming from.
I don't think it's about getting back. I just think it's about getting his first choice players. He wants
the right players.
Yeah, the right players.
I don't want Eric, man. I don't want him. I don't want Ten Hag. That's all.
You don't want Ten Hag?
You can say,
what's the reason you want
away from my football club, man? Because if you look at Pochettino, what I have understood, you have to understand this. Pochettino is good at working under circumstances, and we have the worst board and the worst owners in the Premier League. Meanwhile, if you look at Ajax, that is a football club. So if you look at a football club compared to a business, it's a total different structure. Meanwhile, Pochettino has worked with Daniel Levy. He's now working with PSG, who apparently don't care which players he wants. They just gave him players. They were like, here's Hakimi.
He didn't want Donnarumma, by the way, apparently.
Yeah, they just gave him players he didn't want because they just want to sign them and be like, oh, look at PSG. But now, he has worked on the completely different, whereas he worked at Spurs, where he got no players, and worked at PSG, where he got players he didn't want. And now, if you look at Ten Hag, he has all the players he wants all the time. If they want to play from Eredivisie, they get him. Usually, if they want to play from another club, they get him. They're always from a very young age. They brought up on the Johan Cruyff way and all that. From the 5-year-olds are playing the little tiki-taka things and all that. When you look at Man United, I don't think he will fit. I think he'll flop at Man United. I think the board will just be too cruel on him.
Yeah, I heard what Casper's saying. I think he needs a good structure around him. That's why Man City would definitely suit him, and Liverpool would probably suit him, and any club with a structure, which is most clubs in the world, with a structure would suit him. I personally think Ten Hag would be able to compete with the Klopp, Tuchel, and Pep. Well, that's only Ten Hag if he gets his players and whatnot, and he starts playing the way he wants to play. I think this is what I'm saying. I want Poch. Not over Ten Hag. I'll take Ten Hag over Poch, but I will take Poch right now. But I think Poch won't be able to compete with Klopp, Pep. I think there's just levels to the game, and I personally think we've seen his ceiling. Because people say, "Oh, if Tottenham had better players, you never know, isn't it?" kind of thing. And I agree, but I feel like Poch, I think he has a ceiling, and I think he's either very close to his ceiling, which is and when I mean he's gonna maximize the ceiling is when he comes to United, and that's gonna be really the ceiling. And I just don't think he's better than Pep or Klopp or Tuchel. I just don't think that.
I think Ten Hag in a year. Ten Hag in a year or two. Like I said, I think Ten Hag's a better coach than Pep than the Poch, but I think Poch is more experienced in the management side because he's worked with different types of players and different type of boards. You feel more assured with Poch because you know what you're getting with him. Whereas with Ten Hag, do you reckon Ten Hag is only not denying it because he's heard the word of Man United, but once he gets into the negotiating side and he's talking to Woodward, that's when he backs away? Because that's what I think.
I'll be real. I think Ten Hag is a man that I think he thrives on his, the structure around him, the DOF, and all the scouts and everything. Ten Hag is playing so well because of Ajax and their structure. I think as soon as he already knows because he's Van der Beek is probably telling him what's going on. Edwin van der Sar is probably telling him. He knows that club upstairs is absolute crap. It's shambles. It's upside down, and he knows that if he gets himself in that mess, it's gonna ruin his reputation at the end of the day. So for him, in 2 years, when that City job is open, when everything is literally everything, you're spoon feeding. Literally, that's all you're doing. You're spoon feeding. So I think that I feel like there's gonna be better options than United. Like what is United attracting you? I think Poch. I agree with you. Daniel Levy. He's worked with some stubborn people, and I think if they say, "Oh, we're not getting you X, Y, Z," he'll say, "Okay, I'll just work with these players and I'll just get the best out of them." I think
what it is with Poch when you say you don't think he can compete. You know what it is? I understand what you're trying to say, like in terms of you think he might have hit his ceiling, and I do get where you're coming from. But with Spurs, he did challenge for the league with Chelsea. He was challenging. Like
he only challenged once.
He only challenged once. Yeah, I agree. And obviously with the champ,
it wasn't Spurs though.
Yeah, I think people kind of get.
When are Spurs expected to challenge for the league? Like when are Spurs expected to be in the Champions League final? Yeah. Like if you give Pochettino that Man United side, he wins the league, bro.
Guys, can I say something?
If he take it back, he wins the league.
Okay, I hear where you're coming from, and Poch obviously overachieved with Spurs and whatnot. That 2016 side, the Leicester won it. It was. Give me a sec, sorry.
No, it's calm.
Sorry. Yeah, that 2016 side, yeah, it was Leicester won it in a freak way, but they weren't like that. League wasn't that great that year. I'll be real. Okay, that 2016 team right now, that Poch, same players, same everything. You throw it into this season right now. Where do you think they will finish? Be honest.
Are you talking about the league where Chelsea won it?
No, Leicester. That's the season they competed.
Oh, Leicester. Okay.
That's the only season they competed.
10th.
In the
I think they'll.
Because there was also another season where Chelsea won the league with 93 points and Poch got 86 points. So it was quite close.
So after. No, I don't think they finished twice back to back. That can't be possible.
No, not back to back. I think it was 2017/18, maybe. I think I can't quite remember, but you know what it is. Like I think you've said it right. By the way, Ten Hag, he's able to compete with the likes of Klopp, Pep once he's given the structure. All right, let me ask you this question. Yeah, do you man know like the story about Ralph Rangnick, like how he's with the Gegenpress and like with the Klopp thing and like he was the mentor and stuff like that. So obviously he knows what he's talking about, like Ralph Rangnick. I don't know much about him. I just know that he's the Nagelsmann and stuff like that. So would you, man, take him as the interim manager, move him to the CAO, and then we get Ten Hag or get Poch right now?
I don't want Ten Hag, man. I do not want him. And his style doesn't fit this place. Like, what are Ronaldo, Martial, Pogba,
I mean,
Maguire?
You've got Sebastian Haller, by the way. Sebastian Haller.
Yeah, but that's one striker. Like, if you look at a whole team, you got people that work for everyone because they play total football and the Ajax thingy. Pogba is not going to play that. Martial is not going to play that. Ronaldo is not going to play that. Maguire is not going to play that. Wan-Bissaka is not going to play that. Fred is not going to play that. McTominay is not going to play that. I can go on and on and on. Our players don't fit his system. Meanwhile, you look at Pochettino, whereas he adapts to the players he gets and plays a different style. And either way, he plays attacking football. So, like...
I think I disagree with Casper. We don't know because this is Ten Hag's only big job he's had, which is Ajax. And he's been there like, basically his whole relevant career. We don't know that if he moves to a different club, he changed the way he plays. Look, Poch has been coaching for more than 10 years or whatever. So he's been longer in the game. He's established himself a bit more. But you can't just say just because we've seen him at Ajax and he plays like this is the only system he can play. Maybe he believes that we've seen it. This system gets the best out of these players right now. And not to say that some of our attacking players can play that system. Sancho definitely can. Maybe not Rashford. Martial can. I think Ronaldo can. Definitely. Pogba can. I don't think Matic and Maguire probably can't.
The pressing are you talking about, or the one-touch football? The pressing.
I think the pressing. Let me say this. I think Poch will suit us more with the players we have. You can't just say Ten Hag scrap it. He can't do nothing with this team. Like you can't say.
No. What Casper's trying to say is that
I'm not saying
there's too much of a rebuild with Ten Hag.
Possibly, yeah.
I think that's what you're trying to say, innit? And obviously we're at that stage where we just want to see now. We want to win now, innit? So
But there's no
what?
guarantee Poch will win now. But same
No
goes
guarantee.
to.
You know what it is? Yeah, I don't know whether Poch has another ceiling. I personally don't know, but I'm willing to risk it. I just want him in, regardless.
You know
I
what
don't
it is,
know.
yeah. Do you know if you put in an analogy, yeah, Poch is in like level 3, which is maximum level, stage 3, and there's only 5 stages, so he's got 2 stages left. Look, when I mean that, I just mean that he's near to the max, and I think Poch plays better with players that are not as big, that work a bit harder, maybe not as technically gifted. Like he'll probably prefer like a Son than a Neymar. You get it? Because then
100%.
Son does more of the tracking back and all the other stuff off the ball, and that's how Poch, that's how Poch plays really.
Because with the PSG, this is my opinion, by the way, with the PSG, people will go and say, "Oh, but look what he did with PSG. He can't manage big clubs." But for me, I think it's super, super difficult for a manager like Pochettino to implement your own style in a PSG team where you've got Messi, who doesn't really, and Neymar and Mbappe. So it's really hard to implement your style of play with this PSG team. It's a lot harder to manage. I don't think Poch has done anything wrong. They're talking about obviously he didn't win the league last year, but for me, with the Poch thing, with Pierre, like he even said Tuchel, he said that it's super easy to manage the Chelsea team because there's less responsibilities. Whereas with PSG, I had to manage the families, I had to manage players as well, and everything. He had to manage everything, and it probably overwhelmed him. And whereas with Poch, like he prefers, like I think it's a lot easier to manage Man United than PSG.
Yeah, look, we never know because look, 18 months ago, we were probably saying the same thing about Tuchel.
Bro, can I be honest with Tuchel? I genuinely thought, like, when he got for Chelsea, like, I was like, because I was judging him for PSG, I was like, I don't know. But then he surprised me.
He's going to flop.
I thought he was going to flop as well.
Like, Ole schooled this guy multiple times, and now he's going to Chelsea. I thought he was going to flop, man. I can't lie. Because when Ole...
It just shows. Exactly. It just shows why you can't judge money. Listen, yeah, if Zinedine Zidane, who's literally Mr. Champions League, doesn't win a Champions League with PSG within 2 years, then that job is finito. Like, you can't, like, there's no manager in the world that can. The thing is with Zidane, yeah, the reason why I think he could win the Champions League is because the players will actually respect him. And it's Zidane at the end of the day, an icon. And he's managed all these world stars. Bro, he literally won back-to-back 3 times in a row and managed to make them motivated to win it. He's going to do the same thing with PSG. And that's the best case scenario. They get Zidane, we get Poch. Because you know what it is with Zidane? I wanted Zidane more than Poch, but like I've tweeted this many times. I would rather have a man who isn't as good as someone, but is more motivated to join the job. That's how I see it. Like Poch is, bro. You know what it is? What people don't realize, yeah, he's literally leaving a league where it's piss easy, 11 points clear, and he's gonna join probably the most hardest job in the league. Like Man United haven't done anything in 9 to 10 years now, so it shows that Man United is his dream job. And second of all, he wants to do big things with Man United. So for me, I'm excited.
Look, I actually agree. Look, there's 2 stances you could take. Like I said it before, 18 months ago when Tuchel got sacked. And he was on a free, and we could have got Tuchel if we wanted to. Yeah. I was saying don't get Tuchel. I actually said it. I don't want Tuchel. I was being real, but I didn't like. You said PSG. It's not a club that you can judge a manager on. If Zidane can't do it, I promise you, no one else can do it. There's no one.
100%.
They need to scrap whatever they're trying to do there and just restart. But I think, look, who knows that Poch might have a Tuchel effect. We don't know.
It could do. That could have, because the thing is, Tuchel, he won back-to-back league titles with PSG, didn't he? Twice. He won it twice. What's that? Chelsea 3-0. Yo, Chelsea. Chelsea.
We're getting pumped on Sunday.
It's still, oh my days. Let me guess, the 2 centre-backs scored hat-tricks.
Bro, I'm telling you, the system Tuchel plays is so wonderful. It's just ridiculous.
You know what it is, with Tuchel's system, by the way? People keep like the reason why I rate it so high is because it's so hard to break down.
Yeah,
like it's proper hard. Like, oh, bro, he's just implemented the perfect system for Chelsea, man. Like,
and we didn't break it down on Sunday, man. We'll break it down on Sunday. You watch.
If we
You
actually,
watch,
you know what
man.
it is, by the way, I wouldn't put it past United if we actually got a result. I think the best case scenario for United is that they get a draw against Chelsea. Because I don't see us winning against, because we've actually got a decent record against them. Obviously not with Tuchel. I mean, hang on, we played Tuchel.
Have you seen our record at the bridge? Horrific.
But didn't we draw? Wait, we've played Tuchel before, haven't we? But that was early on in the
Yeah.
season. We drew 0-0. Do you remember when it wasn't a handball or something? I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that game. So, but obviously, this is Tuchel with more experience, and he's battering a team with Juventus 3-0, and he's going to come across a team that's not good. That's not defensively good. Like Villarreal team are known for like not really attacking, and like the reason why Villarreal didn't win today is because they don't have Ronaldo. Let's be honest. If it was Ronaldo up front or any competent striker, like because their best player,
Moreno was injured as well. Yeah,
Moreno, he's their best player. He's the guy that scored in the Europa League final. He's their best player, and he was injured. And you've got I don't even know who they played up front, to be honest. So the way listen, yeah, it's a good result today, but it still worries me how many chances we conceded in the first half. Like, if that's Chelsea, go on the Bill.
Go on.
Nah, because I'm just worried about Chelsea's game. Like, I don't think we're gonna get battered like Liverpool, but I think it's gonna be like another, a City game. Like, it's not gonna be a high-scoring game, but they're gonna pass us off like they're gonna pass, and like I don't think we're gonna get a sniff against. I think the best chance of us scoring is a long shot or a penalty
or counter. Long ball. Not even long ball. Nah, it won't work. Long ball. You're right. I think at best, if we get a 0-0 somehow, that's just mad. But I personally think we should park the bus. And Stamford Bridge is a small stadium. No, I'm being real. There's no other option, Carrot. Stamford Bridge is a small stadium. It's kind of tight, the pitch. You can get enough players behind the ball where, you're running out of the pitch. You get it?
So do you guys think we can get a result against them?
Yeah. Look, all we need to do...
We're going to smash them, bro. 5-0 thrashing, man. Run it back.
Carrick's not listening, but look, nullify the wing backs. They won't score. I promise you.
Yeah, but I don't think our coaching staff have the brains for that.
That's their main threat, the wing backs. Timo Werner, I don't think he's even playing. Who do they even have? Havertz is not playing good right now.
And he's going to score against us. Yeah,
watch, he'll score.
Lukaku's going to score against us.
So he shouldn't really be match fit, if you know what I mean.
No, but he's going to come off the bench and he's going to score a header. He's going to bully Lindelof and he's going to take his shirt off. That's what he's going to do. Man, I can already see it, bro. Like,
is he even fit?
If he's not fit, then that's good, isn't it? So, because I don't want him. Bro, I'd be giving Lukaku so much stick, man. Like, I can't have him scoring against us.
Lukaku.
Oh man, that video is hilarious. Lukaku. That is funny, man. Honestly. But yeah, man.
So what do you not think? What do you not think United's going to do? Get interim, or get a poch, or like get?
I think. Well, I'm going to be optimistic, and man, I'm going to say we've got poch before the Arsenal game. I'm going to be realistic as well, because you know what it is. Yeah, I'm begging this board because apparently, like, if they wait out for Pochettino next year, hasn't he got 1 year left in his contract, so we can get him for free, Pochettino?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know his contract situation.
I don't know his contract situation as well. So I'm praying we get him by the end of I hope he's got this team ready for Arsenal. Because
I have a bad feeling that they won't get Poch out, and they're gonna get interim and Carrick and McKenna are going to be the coaches with the interim.
Did you? Oh yeah, I wanted to cover about McKenna, and you mentioned a good point. Do you hear what Scholes was saying, by the way, after the game?
Yeah, Scholes.
Bro, ever since. Oh my days! Like, he literally said that Carrick. What did he say? He should be getting binned as well. That's what he said. He should be getting binned.
He should be embarrassed. Yeah.
You know what it is with Carrick
My
as well.
toe-leaking English defender, man. Big up.
There you go. Ever since he's been doing that, bro, he's actually got common sense apparently now. All of a sudden, like he wasn't saying, he wasn't this. Like he never used to say any of this. By the way, he was like on the Mourinho, who was like saying, yeah, he should win the league. But all of a sudden with Oli, like he also said that Chelsea don't have a good defense. I was watching that overlap. He said he don't have a good. He also said that. What did he say?
That's before the toast.
Yeah. And you know what else he said? He said the only reason why United didn't get the result against Villarreal is because United didn't have a good bench, but we had Donny and Diallo on the bench. And then Villarreal had the bench of who did they have? Coquelin and bloody what's his name, Foyth, like a Spurs reject. Like, but yeah, man. Obviously, for me, the only interim I'm going to take is Ralph Ragnick. I'm not taking this Valverde.
Forget about it. I'm telling you, Ragnick's not coming. Forget about it. I'm honest. I'm telling you the honest truth. He's not coming.
He's like you're saying, he's too good to be true.
Nah, just the board won't take him because he's too. He wants. He wants to.
You know what it is with Poch, by the way? Do you remember 2 years ago when he was on Sky Sports and then he was saying that, like, you can tell he wanted the job, but do you reckon, because we were doing negotiations with Poch and then it fell out at the end of the day, do you reckon that Poch is going to come here no matter who the DOF is and no matter what the structure is? Or do you think that the board will actually give Poch his, like, in terms of, like, he'll give him the staff, he'll give him the DOF? Like, do you reckon they'll actually do that for Pochettino?
It depends on how much the board wants him. It depends how much the board wants him, because
they want him.
Like when the board is desperate for someone, they deliver. And because Mourinho, it was Mourinho who was more desperate for the United job than United for Mourinho. So they say, like, here you go. You don't really get that much backing. Like, so, but with Ole, they liked him. They were desperate for Ole to stay because he protected him. So they backed him and made him get the best results as possible. And that's the situation now with Poch. If they like him and are desperate for him to come, they will back him 100%. Do you reckon they're desperate? Everything he wants. But if I'm not too sure. But if Poch just seems desperate to them, they're gonna take advantage of that and just feed him scrubs. Like he's gonna feed him breadcrumbs. So he cannot seem desperate for the job. He just has to accept it when they come knock on the door. He cannot seem desperate because then they will treat him like they treated Mourinho and everyone. He has to be the bigger man in versus Ed Woodward. He's gonna be a boxer, man.
You know what it is? I think Poch will actually bring his own staff, because if PSG are truly trying to get Zinedine Zidane, Zidane's not going to bring. He's going to bring his own people. He doesn't want Poch's people, so Poch's people is going to go with Poch, and then Pochettino is going to go to Man United and say, "Listen, these are the staffs that I want to work with. Give me, like, get rid of the people that you have now with Phelan, because if once you get rid of Carrick, McKenna, Phelan, that's a good step. That's what needs to happen at the end of the day. And for me, like I said, I genuinely feel like if he does come in, I think they'll back him. I actually think they'll back him, because you know what it is with Mourinho and Mourinho in his first season. Like, I know Casper, you said they didn't back Mourinho. I think they backed him in his first season. He got Mkhitaryan, he got Eric Bailly, he got Pogba, and he got Ibrahimovic. Do you remember that? And also in United, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they kind of backed him as well. Yeah. So the only reason
they backed him 2 seasons in a row.
Listen to this. They backed Mourinho because at that time Mourinho wasn't as toxic. They backed Ole because they liked him. They're gonna like Pochettino and they're gonna back Poch. They might not give Pochettino his first choice, because with Donny van der Beek, it was quite clear that Ole wanted Grealish instead of Donny. But he was still on the FaceTime saying, "Oh, Donny, I've got plans for you." Maybe just lie to his face, but he will still like I said with Poch. If we do get him, do I think he's going to get signings in January? I think in the summer they'll probably spend about 200 mil. What you man said? Do you think they'll actually spend that much? 200.
It depends on we get. I think if we get a manager in the summer, they're gonna try not fake it, but like they're gonna try, throw the blanket over us and say, they're going to delay the manager situation, and then it's going to be an early start to the season because we've got World Cup, so we start start of August. So I think they might shake us if we get a manager.
I can't lie. I am really scared. I'm scared of this. I'm not scared of this result in terms of wanting us to lose, but I am scared in terms of the Glazers are looking at it saying, "Oh my God, they won 2-0 with Carrick. Let's give it to him to the end of the season so we don't have to pay 10 mil for Poch." Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I think, do you know what they want to do? I think after this result, maybe they're thinking, let's not try to get rid of the coaches, but get interim to work with the coaches. You get it? Win-win. No, think about it. Win, because the fans, maybe they think the fans will just, be happy that they got an interim, but they win that because they don't need to sack the coaches. So win-win. But it's not a win.
Okay, right. One last question. When do you think he'll come? What's your last prediction on when he's going to come? Are you going to say, I'll go with Casper. When do you think he's coming?
You're on mute.
Saturday.
No, I was just thinking.
Why am I on mute?
No. We can hear you.
No.
Go on.
Saturday.
This Saturday.
I think he'll come Saturday. Yeah.
Oh wait, so you're saying before the Chelsea game then? Obviously, he's not going to manage the Chelsea game, but you think he'll be in Manchester? No.
Yeah, because
actually,
I said earlier, I think he'll be in the stands. I think he'll be in the stands.
Now that he's in Manchester, do you reckon that they're trying to do a little move, like negotiations? Now he's literally in Manchester right now. You know what? I might just go to him.
Go to the hotel. Oh, come to United now.
I'm generally, you know what I might do? Yeah, tomorrow. I might try and go to the Etihad and get a selfie with Poch and say,
no, get a big banner. Say, Poch, please come to United. We need you.
Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, that's a good prediction because the fact, now that he's in Manchester, well, actually, hang on. When do they travel back though back to France though? Because when do
that day or whatever that night they're gone.
Because his family lives in London, right?
Yeah,
no, it's the next year, I think. Is it not?
Yeah, they do. He wants to come to United.
Yeah.
I personally, I have a bad feeling that it won't happen, but I think it will happen. I'm on the. I'm on the. Look. I can assure you this: it won't happen before Chelsea. I can assure you this: he won't be in for Chelsea. I don't think he'll be in for Arsenal either. I have a bad feeling. I think if he does come in, it's going to be somewhere between December, January. That break, there's a French break they have somewhere in December, so probably then, if it happens.
I'm looking at it now. PSG's next game, obviously they've got a next game tomorrow, but their next league game is against Saint Etienne. I can't say that's in 5 days' time.
Yeah, it won't happen. I told you, it won't happen. They need look for them either. There's two options. If they want to get Zidane in, everything needs to happen within less than 48 hours, definitely. But then why would you want to look? It doesn't make sense for PSG because Pochettino's in. They could be like to Pochettino. You want to leave? Okay. There's a break in mid-December. Where you get a week, 2 weeks off, whatever it is. Yeah, you can leave then. Why would you want to sabotage your season right now for PSG, not for United? You get it?
They can literally PSG can literally get an interim and still win the league.
They could, but
that's not when they're going to do that.
They won't do it, man. They're not in a rush. PSG are in the driving seat. They do what they want to do, and that's the only way it's going to happen.
One last question before we wrap up here. Do you reckon, guys, if PSG lost to City quite badly or just lost in general, that will accelerate the deal a lot quicker?
Yeah, it could.
No chance.
Look, at the end, if United want Poch, they will get him. They will pay the 10 million or the 8 million, and then Zidane will go to Paris, and it will happen. The thing is, United are incompetent once again. They're dilly-dallying, and they don't want to get it done. That's the bottom line.
You don't think they want? You don't. The reason that they want Poch, but they don't want to pay. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're just dilly-dallying. And look, any competent all you need to do. I'll be real. Forget about numbers and getting the money transferred and all of that. But you get on the phone to PSG. We want Pochettino now. We know Zidane wants to come to you. We'll pay the 10 million. When can we get him over? It's as simple as that. People really overcomplicate it. Obviously, there's stuff behind it, logistics and whatnot, and numbers and stuff. But just negotiating. We need to negotiate about 0.5 million. Yeah,
that's nothing to them.
No, it's a lot to them. Oh God, it's a lot.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say,
I swear we didn't get Perisic because of 5 million. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, I remember that.
Bro, they did it about 1p even. 1p. They will negotiate 1p.
Even though they'll make it with shirt sales and revenues and stuff like that. Now listen, if I can't have us not getting him, bro. I'm on Twitter, bro. I'm literally doing everything to make sure he comes. But yeah, obviously we'll finish it off by just saying tell me your predictions and just tell the people where they can find you in it, against the Chelsea game, what you man saying for the predictions. With Carrick obviously in charge, because like you said, yeah.
Go on, Casper.
5-0 Man United, man. 5-0 Man United with chest, bro. No. Clip this. We will win 5-0.
You know what?
Clip it.
You know what?
Clip it. Carrick masterclass.
If we win 5-0, I'm going to clip this, post it on Twitter, and just say mastermind or something like that. So,
yeah,
honestly, is that final decision? Yeah, 5-0,
bro.
Okay, 5-0.
Yeah.
What are you saying,
of
Labil?
course.
Generous 2-0 loss.
2-0 loss. You know what I'm going to go with? I'm going to go
Generous.
with... We said that again?
I said generous 2-0 loss.
Oh, I thought you said 10-0 for a second. Okay, 2-0. All right, okay. I'm going to go with 2-1 Chelsea. Actually, no. Yeah, 2-1 Chelsea.
Where are we going to score? How are we going to score?
I don't know. Ask Carrick. I'm just guessing. I'm just going to... I think we will score.
They literally, you can't break them down unless it's a mistake, which is 0.0% chance.
Nah,
bro,
the only reason
Carrick's
I'm saying
mastermind, bro. You'll see, man. My guy,
you know who's got a
Carrick.
good record against Chelsea?
My guy, Carrick, still.
Martial and Rashford have a
Ole.
good record against Chelsea, so...
Oh, have you seen our
Ole has
record
as well,
at Stamford?
Yeah, but so does Ole.
Who's seen our record at Stamford Bridge?
I've seen it, yeah. I've seen
It's
it.
like
I've seen
3 wins and 20. It's like 3 wins and 20 or something.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Just tell the people where they can find you in it, because I can't wait to clip this 5-0. Because if anyhow we win 5-0, by the way, then I want what he had today. Like, honestly. But yeah, just tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at LeBillUT.
You can find me on Twitter at @manlikecasper. You find me on here sometimes as well.
Yeah, come on. Big up the comment section as well. Make
Big
sure
up
you like,
Victor,
subscribe.
yeah, he's been here all the way. So big up Victor.
Big up Victor, man. He's a top guy, man. Top guy. He gives us the reports as well in what Ollie's gonna. Not Ollie. In what Carrick says. And yeah, man. Like, big up everyone for watching, and peace.